Okay, I'm back. And I'm sure y'all see this video afterwards. Didn't do nothing but click the button, click it back on. So I figured I would go ahead and finish with this. I'm going to let this shit dry, and then I'll put my other mascara on instead of using the one end because I got brown and I got the wrong one. But I did find the one that my love suggested to me. I went on Ulta's and ordered it, so I'm waiting on it to come. So I am thankful for y'all sharing that with me. Anywho, can we talk about the Grammys for a minute and the whole funk that then went on? Y'all, this is a Snapple. It ain't got as... Shit, it do still got something in it, though. I got a Snapple, y'all. Strawberry kiwi. I look at labels and shit now and be guilty as hell. Anywho, the motherfucking Grammys, and y'all know leading up to that shit, that, people was already like, yeah, do I want to, for some reason, I don't really want to put on my Iman. I want to do a little dusting. I don't want to do a whole lot. Just to show y'all that when I say that I actually will do, you know, where is it, honey? Where's my little dusting powder at? Excuse me, y'all, right there. Anyway, I'm watching everybody talk about, okay, what's going to happen because Adele and Beyonce is up for the same shit. And I'm like, okay, you know, people was already, the beehive was buzzing and they still buzzing, baby. They going to be stinging and buzzing for a good while now. They really are. And they were like, oh, well, you know, people was like, Adele going to get it. You know, Beyonce ain't gonna be the whole, you know, against Adele and her album. I think it was 25 or something like that. And so I'm like, okay, well, let's just see what the fuck happens. Yeah, this is too pretty. When did I get this? Okay, y'all know it's a Deshay. I don't have it. Got my little lipstick thing here because I was kind of filling it up, moving stuff around. Anyway. So I'm looking, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch it because I had several loves to say, much love. We gonna need you to watch this and talk about it. Do you mind? You ain't been on, and we gonna need to hear what you got to say about this Grammy shit. And y'all, what I'm about to put on is the Mary Kay. I have two of them, the Mary Kay mineral powder, and I have the Bronze 2. And Bronze 1, okay? Anywho, and I'm just going to use one of my regular brushes. So I'm looking at this shit. I'm like, all right, I'm going to watch it. First, I watched the motherfucking red carpet. And I watched the bitch that had the Trump Make America Great Again motherfucking dress. And I thought, look at this bitch here. If this ain't a waste of space, although the bitch did do it. Is this the wrong one? Yes, right one. Although she did do it so that she could get attention, and I went on to do some research, and apparently that bitch comes on like that all the time and some fucked up shit. So I saw her dresses past or whatever. The bitch went from being number 500 or something, or whatever the number was, to number 1, like on different charts, iTunes sparked up and all of that. This bitch knew what she was doing. However, I still don't know who the hoe is, and nor will I ever purchase anything of hers. Like, I'm like, I mean, you know, bitch, I can't give you no time, bitch. I really can't. You know, y'all be putting powder on all the wrong way and shit, using the wrong brush for a mineral powder. It should be more of a, you know, a little different brush. Maybe kabuki. Some shit like that. So let me push this back. Okay. Since I'm just playing in it, we'll just do a little mineral powder. Anyway, I looked at this bitch. This bitch comes through. I wasn't like floored by nobody's outfit. People were talking about how Gaga came through in her outfit, but she did what I knew she would do. You know, what she would wear. Y'all know I'm not a fan of Gaga, and I never will be a fan of the Gaga. Whose outfit maybe, you know, Rihanna looked pretty, but, you know, when she was nominated and wasn't, bitch, when she didn't win work the first time, her first nomination, and I was like, damn, are you really kidding me? Because I wrote on Twitter, I was like, people and their grandmama was talking about that shit, you know. And I'm like, see, that's why I don't fuck with the Grammy. But I don't know who that group was. Maybe they had some, a really good showing. I don't know the song, so I don't know. Maybe it was Just Do That. You know. What's his name? Chance the Rapper, honey. He came through and he won, and thank God from the beginning to the motherfucking end. I was sick of seeing Bruno Mars, even though people were talking about his performance when he did Prince, which was a lively part of the show, and I think he did a good job as far as, him doing, his thing for Prince or whatever. It was just that I'm not okay. He did what he did. He did a good job with the Prince shit. How about that? And real talk, his motherfucking performance was one of the best. On there. I'm not a fan of his, but he did a pretty good job. I have to give it to him. Let me see. Adele's performance. She sung her one song and did fine on that, and then she went to go on and do some shit for George Michael, in remembrance of him. And she decided that at one point she was going and it got messed up, and she was like, I got to start over again. I want this to be right. And of course they let her start over. And I was like, oh, bitch, should we start doing do-overs? Oh, do we? Okay. Get this bitch a chair and let her motherfucking ass sit down and sing and do what she normally do. So she did her tribute. She sound pretty good, but I didn't see no difference. But bitch, okay, we stopping things when motherfuckers done fell down. One motherfucker wasn't singing with the Gaga. He started going and his mic wasn't even on, but the Gaga shit was on, which was bullshit. But whatever, girl. What's her name? Is it Katy Perry? I don't get into that motherfucking thing because I don't get into her music. I don't see it. I've never seen it for her. I know they pushed her out there just like they pushed out so many. I was more into the group that came and they sung like a cappella or whatever. They sound really, really good. Alicia Keys was there. I love that jumpsuit she had on. But girl, didn't I just see a picture of you the other day in makeup? So what are we doing? Maybe it was an older picture. She sung with the broad up there, whoever she was. And that was, was pretty good to see Alicia Keys get out there. And her voice was, it was better than it had been as of recent. But y'all know I could have did with just hearing Alicia Keys sing. I don't know who Miss Honey Cabbage and her little leotard was, but okay. And maybe I do. Was that one of them? It wasn't Perry, because Katy Perry, the Eye of the Tiger bitch, wasn't she the one that come out the little house in the white and her motherfucking voice sound terrible? Bitch, you did a terrible job. And when you was on the red carpet, she used a little profanity or whatever. That bitch, I don't get into nothing she has to say, And I hope I'm saying her name right. Y'all get me together. Y'all, the Eye of the Tiger bitch. Anywho. And I am going to get to the one that y'all do want to discuss and what is the biggest discussion as of right now. Okay? Y'all just wanted a little powder on. That's it. Is that okay? Like, I really just wanted to do a little powder. And y'all watched me, and that's what the fuck I did. I did some powder. Damn, that didn't sound right. I put some powder on. That just didn't sound right. Who else do I want to say? Chance the Rapper, he performed. I think he did a great job. And was it me, or did it seem like every time he got up to say thank you, he wasn't there even, 30 or 40 seconds, and they were playing the motherfucking music to get him off of there? Like, I don't know. Let's see. What else? There was a whole Busta Rhymes came out and said, honey, I'm not heard, nor do I see it for that motherfucking Agent Orange motherfucker. And y'all, I bet fell out in bricks. He come through, and I'm like, wait a minute, Busta. You getting a little girlfriend. Don't let me down, Busta, now. What's going on, boo? He says what he says. They get up at a trial called Quest. They got up there and they talked about people, unity, resist, this, that, and the third. They made some political statements. Even though the guy who was over like the Grammys who put it together was like, do what you gotta do. You know, he kind of took the restraints off of him, but it wasn't a whole lot of protesting going on. And I think people thought Gaga was going to come and do some protesting since she hadn't, you know, did that at the Super Bowl or whatever, or what they felt she should have done, you know. But she had a tough act to follow. Okay, anywho. You know, anyway, let me see who else before I get to The Time performed. Let's just go on and get to it. So, first of all, some flower child was out there talking about, you know, she sees Beyonce, but then nobody else see Beyonce, but apparently she's seen her back in the back or whatever. And speaking of that, Blue Ivy, they had her dressed like Prince. When Beyonce went out, which everybody was kind of like, Lord, what's she gonna do? How's she gonna perform? Is she pregnant? And this, that, and the third. You know, wondering, you know, how she would be able to do that. Her mother, you know, spoke for her, and she came up and she did the song, honey. And first you had all the illusions and all the graphics, you know, not illusions, but the graphics and things that she had on there and the imagery that was on it, which is the talk of today. So I knew when I first saw it, I knew instantly that white folks and the white Christians, and not just the white Christians, because just all Christians, and then the conspiracy theory people was about to have the ball. One, there was going to be a subgroup that was going to be talking about, I know she didn't try to come out here acting like she's at the Last Supper. I know she didn't come out here with this crowns of thorns on her head trying to prove that. Then I know she didn't come out trying to act like she was the Blessed Mother Virgin Mary. First of all, when she left away from her, she wasn't no virgin. After she had Jesus, Joseph knew her. Anywho, you know, and then you had the group that was like, that ain't what she doing. She doing the Oshun. You know, the Oshun, you know, the deity, the goddess of beauty and something else. And I hate that I don't know all the other things that's on it. Which a lot of people, and I believe it's like, now correct me if I'm wrong, if I have any Nigerian loves or whatever, I believe really, doesn't that have something to do with, isn't that kind of like a Nigerian, I don't want to say type of thing, but what is that Ayana Van Zant is? She's a Yababa. Doesn't that have something to do with that? You know, you had people that were saying, you know, it was just straight up, you know, just straight up African, this, that, and the third, and just said that, and that was it, and not breaking down other things, you know. But it was that. Then you had the group of people that said, that was some satanic ass shit she was doing. She was doing that bitch without arms and shit. And let loose the spirits and coming apart from and da-da-da. You know, they said all of that, you know. And of course, white folks was in their feelings today. And I'm on Facebook and they talking about she's demonic, this, that, and the third is evil. But everything's evil other than what you deem to be okay. Let's be clear on that. And we know how that works. Would you see? I don't value your shit as it pertains to that. Those that say that because, you know, while you're pointing fingers and pointing out what's evil, what's also evil is slavery, hanging people, how Emmett Till got killed for a lying ass, sack of shit ass, ugly ass bitch, saying a motherfucking lie about some shit that didn't happen. The bitch you wasn't worth looking at with your motherfucking rotten ass bitch, and may you motherfucking not have another moment's rest, but you will, because that's in you to do some honorary shit like that. They beat him, admitted they beat him and killed him and did those things to him. And, of course, they got off, you know, and so many other things, hanging this, that, and the third. Now, you want to say that that's evil, and we want to point out what's evil, bitch, but let's talk about some evil things. You know, yeah, let's just talk about some evil things, like the evilness of how many people the Christians have killed, and I've talked about the crusades and this, that, and the third. How you know, rape, pillage, stole, this, that, and the third, but yet you want to be the keepers of the good. You want to be the one to say what's motherfucking evil because it's outside of what you think or whatever, what you believe or whatever. You know, nothing else can be so. Only what you deem to be okay and to be so. Only that. That's the only thing that can be, you know what I'm saying, worth a conversation or whatever. This is a elf blush. Looks a little ashy, doesn't it, y'all? I hope it don't come out like it. We're going to try it. Probably should have used one of my other ones. But anyway. So, you know, they all in their feelings. She's evil. You know, calling her whores and sluts and, you know what I'm saying? You know, going against, because, you know, now one could look at you and say, well, you know, the only book that you all were ever willing to let the slaves have was the Bible. You know. And when you remove them from everything that they know, you know what I'm saying? Let us give them their shit. We want to erase all of that. That way, only what we deem to be good is good. Not anything, you know, because y'all want to say that, you know what I'm saying, they were savages before you all went over. And still, you Catholic motherfucking evangelical motherfuckers, you motherfucking Mormon motherfuckers is still going to what you deem to be third world countries and giving them the word because you feel like as soon as the word gets all around the world, that's when the Lord will come back. But he made it clear that no man know but except the Father. And whether you're calling him Yeshua, the Most High, or whatever, I'm going to say the Father. God. How about I say God? No man know but except God, according to your own words. Okay, but we're going to move forward. And, you know, so we're going to do that. And on top of that, we're going to give them some of this birth control and this, that, and the other, because we need to cut down on these savages having babies and shit. You call every motherfucking thing else savage besides your motherfucking self, but yet you don't want to trace your own motherfucking history. You know, you don't want to get into the Neanderthals and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get into the Caucasus Mountain and all of that. You don't want to know that. You don't want to get into the fact that way back now, y'all, I'm just saying, do your motherfucking research. That it was said that way back that Neanderthals, Caucasus Mountain, caveman, whichever, Caucasian, you know, way back. Now I'm talking way back that, well, you know, they were saying back then that they were born a lot with tails or whatever. I said it. Bitch, now when I say this is BC, AC, DB, way back. Since you want to say that, you know, you're always willing to talk about, you know, who's savage and who's evil and what's not, and yours is the best, this, that, and the third, you know, even as it pertains to Islam, which I'm not saying that, you know, the Muslim faith is the one for me either, because, you know, I'm not getting ready to fall under Sharia law either. But what I'm not going to do is let your motherfucking ass continue to do what you've been doing and saying that Christianity is the only thing, even though in your Bible, again, I will just tell you, and if a motherfucker can tell me in the Bible where they see Christianity or Christian, you know, your thing is the only thing. When you wield that like a motherfucking weapon, when you use that to put your thumb down on everything, when you use that to be the president for every motherfucking rule, and it's the reason why today that you angry that refugees want to come in, you angry that black folks have jobs, you angry that this was here, the Muslims able to pray, you angry with the Asians, you angry with every motherfucking thing, because you feel like your motherfucking shit is superior. Now, let me say right now, this anger I have is towards those supremacist ass motherfuckers. Because if you follow the motherfucking trail behind all these motherfucking entities like the Nazis, this, that, and the third, and all of these homegrown terrorists, you know, they will have Christian heritage, purity of Christ and the Nazis, or some messed up shit. But at the end, you will have Christianity somewhere in there. But you want to tell me that anything else is evil? and not of God. I don't know whether she was practicing for the devil or whoever the fuck she was practicing for. It was similar to Oshun. But I know that you're going to take time out to even embrace or figure out what that is. With that being said, I will also say that to black folks that was sitting around talking about, I don't care what you say, it was demonic, going along with it. But you know what, you motherfuckers will never be loose, and the chains will never be off your ass, because you will never accept the fact. However, let me say this. I believe, like I said, I believe in God, the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit or whatever. But I do also believe that, from whence they brought people over, that they had their own beliefs or whatever. I do believe that this was a part of their shit. And you know what? I'm not really prepared to go in and take you to the water for real and really explain to you where that shit started. I even take you to the water and explain to you how even in the African faith, just taking it all the way back to civilization, to where it started, where it has the story of, different name, but the same story, of the whole nativity, Christ, Mary, they just had a different name. But of course they would, because they spoke a different kind of language. But we ain't gonna get into that right now. If y'all want to get into that and you want me to break that shit all the fuck the way down to the best of my ability, and me also be able to get those who know what I'm talking about to get involved in the conversation, leave that motherfucking comment below and we can get it. We can have at it. And I still will say that I believe in the Father, God, His Son, and I do believe that we are blessed with His Holy Spirit. That's my belief. But with that said, that don't mean that I'm dumb enough to say, oh, well, they did take the Africans and everybody else. They did bring us over here. We was just standing over there just looking and blowing bubbles. We didn't have nothing else we was doing. They wasn't worshiping nothing. They don't know. We ain't gonna negate the motherfucking fact that whatever, it was given to you. Shit, they didn't want you to know whatever you was doing prior to. That's part of the motherfucking wash. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, let's be clear. Let's don't act like it's not something else. People have the right to that. And the same motherfucking reasoning that they using and dragging Beyonce through, and I don't know whether she motherfucking worship demons or not. I don't give a fuck. Because I don't. I don't give a fuck. Whether or not you all don't own the motherfucking patent to what's righteous and what's good, nor do you get the right to talk about it as if your group has not done shit that was fucked up. As if you have not murdered, killed, raped, pillaged, did all kinds of things in the name of what you deem to be good. Oh, that's good? Oh, it's good. Okay. You upset? With that being said, I won't even bother at the fact that she couldn't have been up there trying to, well, she could have, I'm almost happy that at this moment that you all are willing to say that she was up there trying to be like Mary, with that whole thing of Jesus or whatever. Is that admittal that Mary wasn't white and Jesus wasn't either? I'm just saying. I know it's a lot to intake. I know it. Is that what we're doing here? Now that's what I'm just saying, with that said, everybody has the right to, whatever they feel their beliefs are, just like we have the right to freely fall our asses to hell. We have the right to go right, wrong, whatever. That was, we have free will or whatever. All I'm saying is it's so far-fetched to look at this shit and say that maybe, now I don't know whether she was doing the shit of the demon bitch with the hands and all that. I don't know. Nor do I follow the Yabba, this, that, and the third. But I ain't gonna shade nobody for doing that. I'm definitely not gonna allow you to sit up and because you feel like you are in the only true given religion that can be practiced or whatever, you're going to demonize everything else, but you won't demonize your own murder, rape, and all of that, your ancestral shit. You won't even mention the fact that you came from the Caucasus Mountain. You won't even mention the fact that you had to be taught to clean yourself, this, that, and the third. You won't even mention the fact that shit was built and already standing before you bought your non-innovating ass Over. You won't even accept that. But what you will say is that this is the only thing, and I will not have y'all know anything of what y'all used to worship. Whether it's right or wrong, the point of it is this. Is at the end of the day, the only thing they're willing to allow to be said or whatever, and that does fall under a dictatorship. This is the only thing that can be, that's it, that's all. They don't fly. They don't fly. And I don't know whether the fuck she was doing it or not, shit. You know? It looks similar to Oshun, but with that being said, I'm going to keep it motherfucking gutter. And I'm going to say, it also looked like the other shit they said it was with the bitch with the hands. And that ain't the first time she did that shit. But with that said, she was pregnant, embodying that. You know what I'm saying? If it was Oshun, she embodies the goddess of love, this, that, and other. She, got the baby, the mother of the, the cradle and all of that. That is, when I read it, it's a thing of beauty when you look at it. Whether it is so or not, I chose to kind of look at it that way, and it could very well be. Now, my husband feels like that was some demonic shit, but I told y'all a long time ago that he, he looks at that and this, that, and the third. He, felt like that was, okay. But let me ask you this, and for the folks that's saying that while you're talking about it's demonic every motherfucking time, and I believe it's Katy Perry. Is it Katy Perry? Yeah, I don't want to be calling the wrong name. But the bitch, every time she come on, she got a motherfucking symbolism in everything she done up there. But yesterday, the bitch came out of the White House. That bitch. Y'all know which bitch I'm talking about. But we can't discuss that. With that being said, your motherfucking asses drugged Beyonce for blood when she was at the country music shit talking about what the fuck she had on. But did you happen to glance or take a gander at that bitch, that country music bitch that won the motherfucking award and sung? I believe she won the award in that motherfucking red lace shit. Now, is she a whore? Is she? Oh, we ain't gonna discuss that though. And I'm not the greatest motherfucking Beyonce fan, and it ain't even motherfucking about that. It's about the fact, don't no motherfucker know for sure why, she was doing it, and I believe that she might have been trying to get a Oshun shit. I don't motherfucking know. Let me make it clear now, and if she was doing it for I can't recognize the shit because I don't worship motherfucking demons. If that, y'all, how do y'all motherfucking know that's what she's doing? Is this what you do? Because you got to, is this something similar to some shit you've seen or whatever? I'm just saying, the way y'all going after her about that, I don't know whether she is or she isn't. I know that I'm not. Honey, I'm trying to run the other way. But what I'm saying is that we will also include the fact that there was something, you know what I'm saying? Before we were brought over here, we had our own beliefs and things like that. They beat it out. They hung it out. They took it and put their own shit in it. So that you could forget about who you was or whatever you was, how great you was. That shit would not have worked. That Willie Lynch shit and all of this shit that they doing still today. Had they have not done it. I'm just saying, can we embrace that? And I will reiterate the fact that I'm saying again, I believe in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Trinity. I do. And whether it's right or wrong or whatever, that's my belief. That's my belief. But what I won't do is say, oh, well, that's different. It's got to be a demon. That's instantly what you go to because that's shaking your motherfucking shit up. Y'all been lying so motherfucking long and living this motherfucking life for so many motherfucking generations, beating and killing from slavery on to now. That you motherfuckers can't even acknowledge that there was a possibility that they had their own worship when they were, our ancestors had their own worship when they, was brought over here or whatever. We can't acknowledge that. There's just no way. I'm just curious. Y'all don't go this, you know what I'm saying? I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm supposed to be putting makeup on, but I done got all in my motherfucking feelings. I feel like I need to make this the first motherfucking video I put up. Cause, and I'm watching people go through their shit or whatever. What I'm irritated the most by is the fact that we couldn't have, we couldn't have had anything else that we were doing. Before these motherfuckers went, even though over their shit was already built, there was nothing. Africans was just sitting over there like, Like they was in caves or some shit. No. You wanted it. You took everything from over there because you seen it was good. So what's your point? I'm just curious to know. And let me also say this, because I do always have to say that, and I still stand in the corner of humanity. And this is my motherfucking opinion and how the fuck I feel. I don't stand for no motherfucking celebrity, whatever. I'm never going to be a motherfucking stand. You know, my opinion on whether they let her win the average, you know, why they won't let her win the album of the year. Some people are arguing at the fact that, you know, 25 or whatever it was great, grand, this, that, and the third. Adele does have a nice voice. But I do understand the posturing of what Beyonce was given and exactly the tone that they set. Now, some people are going to say it was 25 was a better album, and you have the right to your opinion. But I also know the undertone of this shit. I also know whether she meant to take a stand or not, whether she meant to do it a different way or whatever. When she made Lemonade and it was talking about, you know, real issues of this, that, and the third, or even embodying anything from the African community, I knew that they wasn't going to give that to her. You know, I knew that. You know, let's be clear. Now, we're going to let you do, but we're going to let you know exactly what it is. And the Grammys have always been this way. But with that being said, let me also say this. There is such thing as letting other people have an opportunity to get in there if they had a good album. If Adele's was, you know, really the better album, then so be it. Now, my whole theory was, what I'm thinking is, I know there's got to be other artists out there. I'm tired of seeing the same old, same old. It's lots of talent out there. As we can see from Chance the Rapper, who, first person who did the stream, I'll say album, y'all know my ass is old. But I'm saying, can we take that in motherfucking consideration? You know, I believe that it was exactly what it was. That we just cannot give this, and she's had albums before that CDs, whatever, before that definitely should have got of the year. But I don't think they're willing to give it to her. We're going to let you have some Grammys, but we're not going to let you do this. And we definitely are not going to let you stand up and get this over Adele. We can't even posture ourselves in that way. And that's my motherfucking opinion. With that said, I will also say Adele has a nice voice for whatever it is, but you know what I'm saying? It's a nice voice. She does that thing. And it's good to hear her voice or whatever. But she, you know, is not the be all, just like Beyonce is not the be all of all. You understand what I'm saying? I think there's room for others, and I think there's a lot of voices out there that are not heard that sing loudly and, you know, just as strong as they do. But what I feel like happened yesterday was, bottom line was, you know what? This a little too motherfucking political and too motherfucking pro-black for motherfucking us, and we're not going to be able to do this, even though you are Beyonce. You know. She did get, but she didn't get the one they, you know, gave both of them to Adele. Adele gave her speech and did all she did, but she also mentioned that her black friends and this, that, and the third. And I said, oh, well, bitch, I'm going to tell the truth on it. You know, she rubbed me the fuck wrong then, and I didn't give a fuck if that bitch said hello, Tamara, hi, what you doing? I don't give a fuck what else she make. On that merit alone, she can't get another dime from me, and I'm just being all the way 100. Even if she do like everybody's saying, set up the whole thing of her and Beyonce doing a CD together, which a song together, which would probably be a nice song. I don't know how that would work because Adele is a chair setter and she don't really move when she's singing. That's just her style, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Where Beyonce is more, you know, she does that dancing and all of that. You know, maybe they'll do a ballad, maybe, or something like that. But I can't. She could have left that out. I don't know what the fuck she was thinking when she said, and you get my black friends. Or I was like, get the fuck out of her. I was done on that. You know, done. That's like, I can't be racist. I got one black friend. And the reason why I'm saying that he's my black friend is because I don't call him nigger. Whatever. You know, you got some folks that have said, you know, and they say that she's been a stand for Beyonce for a good while now. I don't know. I I will admit, honey, she do got a powerhouse of a voice. And y'all, this gonna be white. It's straight bottom. Anyway, people all in their feelings and shit. Meanwhile, I'm looking at the shit that's going on in the world. And I'm like, this shit ain't even motherfucking important enough for a discussion for real talk. Because I still got my edges today. Whoever got up there and sung. You know. I thought, Beyonce did a wonderful job. I thought Adele did a wonderful job. I was scared that Beyonce was going to fall out of that chair, though. I was like, girl, you're doing too much now. Come on now. You know. But in the realness of it, when I look at that, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Since y'all talking about all of this Illuminati shit, do you kind of think this is the, whatever the fuck you're calling it, this is deflecting with all the shit that it went on? Can we have this whole conversation about the fact that Betsy DeVos got her motherfucking ass in there, and she done decided they done got the bitch in. The bitch bought her way in there, so she can get in there and take all the funding from public schools that are already suffering, and add these charter schools in that, in the midst of that, can say. And let me go on and reach for you motherfuckers. Is like, what's wrong with the education being left on the states? Because exactly what they did once before. What's going to happen is that leaves them open to say that one person can start a charter school and say, oh, we are all white. And that's not like that hadn't happened motherfucking before, because that okay, I'm not going to even get into that. That can happen. They can also say, which Betsy DeVos and the Attorney General and so many of them, including that 45, believes, they feel some kind of way about people that are disabled children, whether they should have an education or somewhere to go or not. This does enable them to be able to say, oh, at this charter school, we just don't have funding, nor teachers that are special ed are able, EMH are able to deal with this type of thing. So I don't know what you're going to do. That's a way for them to say, we don't want autistic children. We don't want blind children, this, that, and the third, hearing, cripple, whatever. This bitch gonna defund the fuck out of it. With that said, one of the senators from my motherfucking state, Kentucky, motherfucking, as soon as she got in, implemented and put in, hoping to get an up or down vote on getting rid of the Department of Education. Now that sounds like that Betsy DeVos wouldn't have a job. No, she would have a job. It would be under a different name. It would be under something different. And definitely done the way they want that shit done, from McConnell to what's his name? What is the House Speaker, Ryan, to all of them. They want this, because that's another way. Keep them motherfucking dumb, so we can tell them what the fuck ever. With that being said, they also stand on and want this to be done because they want to bring, which I personally don't know what the issue is with prayer in the school or whatever, but okay, they want to make sure that shit is implemented as well. But you have people that, you have Jewish children that go to public school as well, Muslim or whatever, who do not subscribe to Christianity. So how is that fair to them? But what they're basically saying is, it's not fair to them. We're going to convert their asses and we're not going to teach nothing but this. And with that being motherfucking said, ain't going to be no sexual ed or nothing like that. And I wouldn't be surprised if they motherfucker didn't say, we don't want boys and girls going to school together, because that kind of sets the tone. You know what I'm saying? We don't want them to get, where they want to be with each other, but yet you want to judge and point fingers at those who may do arranged marriages, or how it goes on between the Muslims, how they don't really do the dating and this type of thing, but you want to point fingers at them, but you want to set the tone to how it goes, believing that will stop folks from having sex. Let me think. No, it hadn't happened. They gonna even more so now than ever. Now I know that they would say, well, everything's so sexualized, and you got Beyonce gyrating and Rihanna's and all of them, but last on the list would be Katy Perry and the rest of them looking so scantily motherfucking dressed, and even Britney Spears before she shaved her head. And with that motherfucking being said, let me go back to that real quick, cause that bitch that I'm talking about, the Tiger bitch or the Royal or whatever, I think it's her. That bitch gonna say, well, I guess I've been thinking. I haven't really lost my mind because I didn't cut my hair. I shaved my head. Bitch, was you shaving, Brittany? Anywho, I just thought I'd add that in there because that did happen. The bitch did say it. Anywho, let me see myself. Y'all, I really don't know what's going on in here with this lighting. Anywho, so with that being motherfucking said, with all of that going on, I'm wondering, and I was thinking, I was talking to one of my loves on the phone, and I was like, you know what? And he had purchased something for his mother, which is a beautiful story, because his birthday's on Valentine's Day, and every year he buys something for his mother. He said it's all about her. He bought her the alabaster warmer and this, that, and the third, and was asking me about how to maintain and take care of it. And once before when I talked to him, he let me know that he was a teacher or whatever. And, we were talking, and I was saying, and I had this conversation with Erica, which is one of my team members, y'all know what this is. I was saying, think about what's going on because, it's really going to be bad for, black kids, poor kids, and not just black kids. Just poor folks in general. That's just messy as hell. Y'all don't ever see me when I'm actually putting it on. It's always messy when I first start. Anywho, so I'm like, okay. I told her, I said, really think about homeschooling and that type of thing while you can get some curriculum, and that type of thing. And then I was like, I started thinking about co-op. Things that you can do. And when I say this, I do not mean, and I mean to say this, that excludes white students, Muslim, Asian, whatever. I mean co-op for those, for the normal family that's struggling, trying to make it, whether it be middle class, poor, whatever, that doesn't have the money to go to the best charter or private school, get together and really look into a co-op and seeing how you can come together, parents together, and get you some teachers and things and get things going, and try to get an education for your students, for your children, together, collectively together. They can still have unity and be around others, which is another thing. With this whole thing about charter, whatever, and how I believe, and I already know whether people want to admit it or not, will lead to somewhat segregation or whatever the case may be. Fuck what Betty DeVos had to say. Fuck that bitch. Fuck her 45 and the rest of them. Really think about how you can do it, because most parents can't say, oh, well, I got to stay home and homeschool. I can't because I work too, just like my husband. We need this to try to make it, but if we ask for some help, we're going to be wrong. But now what are we supposed to do? Come together and figure out how you can make it work, because there are other people just like yourself that have children, but you don't want them lost in this charter shit that they get ready to try to pull, and see how you all can come together and start some type of, school co-op or whatever the case may be, where y'all all as parents pool money together and put into that to make sure that your children get the education, whether it be that you have 2 or 3 teachers that, y'all gonna pay or whatever, or try to or whatever. I don't know. Figure out something. Look into that. For those who can do homeschooling, homeschool your babies. Homeschool your babies, and not for the reason that the crazy ass evangelical Christians would say, for the sake of, we don't want them knowing that, we don't want that going on. We don't want them to hear about anything but what we know and love. But for the sake of being able to give them a full education, a full rundown of Black history, Asian history, Latino history, whatever, because we know that it is fucking one-sided. There's only one history that they're willing to give. And that goes along with them saying the Star Spangled motherfucking banner and all of that, but not putting in all the motherfucking shit that's in it. Not wanting to talk about the realness of it. With that being said, let me go back to the Grammys on how some of the folks could have got up there. Alicia Keys, you know what I'm saying, and made a statement instead of them letting you stand you there and allowing you to sing with her. Sang a little Strange Fruit. Because y'all had the right to stand up, this, that, and the third. I'm just saying. Okay. Maybe I'm a little too militant or whatever. However you look at it, find out. If you can homeschool, find a way to do that. Get together with other parents and try to help each other. Because this ain't about middle class, even though them dumb bastards and the poor white trash and, well, not the, no. Well, yeah, I mean to say poor white trash. And them ignorant ass Negroes that really feel like he gonna make it better or whatever, voted for his ass, and not to mention the Hills Have Eyes, them motherfuckers, them low budget ass, dumb ass, I want to motherfucking do coal again and get black lung and this, that, and the other, thinking shit gonna go back to it. Them dumb bastards voted for him. But it ain't about y'all. He gonna empty the motherfucking swamp, but it looked to me like he filled that motherfucker up with the worst kind of swamp racist dogs ever. But you dumb bastards that voted for him, I am still hoping that you all are affected first before others. But I'm speaking to those that did not, and we all caught in the motherfucking fray. And y'all trying to see what you can do for your children or help each other, whatever, get with each other. If it's a group of motherfucking mothers or whatever, and bitch, you off on Wednesday, I'm going to need you to reach out to the other mothers and say, listen, just to kind of try to help. Let's see if we can't work this out. You off Wednesday, you off Thursday, you off Friday. You keep the babies this day, you do the babies this. I'm figure out how to become a community again. And that does not mean exclude white, because that is not what I am saying. Just because I tell the motherfucking truth on history, I will still say that I'm about humanity. You are to extend that to those that are struggling just like yourself, like-minded human beings, and see how you can stop being selfish and be selfless. Be about the community, the betterment of the children, because that is who's going to have to be in this world after this fuck shit. And seeing how you can do things to the betterment. See what the fuck you can do. Bitch, whatever your motherfucking get down is, whatever you do best, see how you can add that to your community. How you can be to a betterment of humanity. Get together. Don't just be mothers of just your children, because mothers are mothers of all. Nurturers. Mothers are mothers of all. You understand what I'm saying? As much as I motherfucking hate a bigot ass, motherfucking racist ass, he'll have ass, Nazi ass motherfucker, but if I seen that baby or something out there that might have been getting ready to get hit or something of that nature, y'all, it ain't in me to let that child, even though I know that they family is going to raise this baby to hate, because that's a learned behavior. I still have to reach for that baby. I have to. I'm going to. I want to. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying figure out how we can come together, resist, be together. We need to be together more now than ever. And that's black, white, blue, yellow, brown, Indian, whatever. To try to fight against this shit that's going down. Because y'all, it's going to get real motherfucking ugly. Real fucking ugly. And y'all think y'all seen some shit? Y'all ain't seen shit yet. Like I always tell y'all, do your research. Find out what's going on. You better look at what's going on. And don't just look at just the racial tone shit. Look at also the shit with Kim Jong-un with his motherfucking rocket shooting ass. Now, it's not that his rocket got over here. It's the fact that he has something that has the capability of being, when he makes that gets that mobile thing, and he's getting more and more where it goes a little bit further, that's a bad thing. Look at that shit that's going on. The way he, 45, is posturing us against others. The fact that he don't know shit. The fact that motherfucking General Flynn told a bold-faced lie You know, but here's my thing. They keep saying that he lied and made Pence look bad. And all Pence and 45 and the rest of them motherfuckers knew that he had that conversation. They all lying sacks of shit. You know, all of them. You know, they all just as equal and just as angry. You know what I'm saying? Look at every motherfucking thing, y'all. I'm telling you. Look at every motherfucking thing. Don't play shit off. Get together with each other. Try to help each other. Try to be there for each other, because this shit, like I said, this shit ain't gonna get no motherfucking better. This is only gonna get worse. And with that being motherfucking said, we have to try to have each other's back, meaning humanity, human people that have the capacity of caring about somebody and not hating them just for this, or what their lifestyle is, or whatever, just really caring about humanity or whatever the case may be. You know, like, this is bad. And this is the beginning of the bad. It's gonna get worse. You know what I'm saying? But we have to stand fast. We have to resist. We have to see what we can do for each other. We have to continue to protest peacefully. Because that's what they want us to do. You know, strife and fight this, that, and the third, so that they can bring the army in and this, that, and the third, and martial law, just like they're trying to set and cook the books up against Chicago. Although it is too many motherfucking murders and all of that, it is ridiculous. But I see what they're posturing to do. You know, that's the first place they're going to send the military to. And it ain't all right with me. And it shouldn't be okay with you. Yes, we want that, what's going on there to stop. I want what the fuck's going on here to stop. Shit, over this weekend, we had about 4 or 5 murders. You know. And, you know, y'all. This motherfucking junkie fucking ass Kentucky. We had 20, all told it was like 53, 53 that OD'd in I think it was 24 hours? Whether it was 24 or 48, just talking about how bad the motherfucking heroin addiction is here in Kentucky. Because Kentucky was one of them motherfucking pill hubs. All these motherfuckers around her popping pills, this, that, and the third. And when they cut that shit down, then, and being that it was a fucking opiate, they went to the cheapest form of opiate and they started running that motherfucking heroin. And these motherfuckers is falling out like flies. And that's a whole nother thing that folks are bickering back and forth and making racial, which I'm going to say this, I'm going to be real. Where the fuck was all this sympathy when you put crack and shit in the black community, in the poor community, and then deemed us drugs, drug addicts, this, that, and the third, crackheads? Now what? Now you want to have motherfucking sympathy because it's your children who is falling out. And it is black kids too. Black folks, grown folks, and all of that falling out about heroin. But now you feel some kind of way because it seems to be really running through your community. Really nice neighborhoods too. You know, but however, it's still sad they are still human beings, but we have a tremendous problem with these motherfucking junkies. And I do mean to tell you that. And they handing out these motherfucking needles hand over fist, but they will not be willing to hand a needle to somebody who's diabetic or whatever, who can't get it. They got to pay $200 and $300 a month to get their shit. And then if they even ask for a little bit of help, even though they are working, they'll be deemed to be worthless and begging and, welfare. No. But you really want to get the needles to the junkies? I understand that it was meant to stop the diseases, this, that, and the third, and, all of this getting out. But who in the fuck is out here fucking junkies? I know. Some folks feeling some kind of way. I said it. I do believe that they need help, but I don't know that it's that way. Now they got a thing where they, showing people free how to use Narcan or whatever the fuck it is. I might be saying it wrong. That shit that keeps them, helps them right away. Because they're saying that this has affected everybody's family. This is, y'all, we got counties here that it's full of nothing but motherfucking junkies. Do y'all hear me? From the mayor to the motherfucking police to every motherfucking thing. It's one in Indiana that had the motherfucking county if not most of the county, is HIV positive, have syphilis or whatever the case may be, and also strung out on this heroin and shit. To the point where they want to be like, well, this is a pandemic. But it was a problem when you was letting all these pills come through here. And we ain't going to act like the pill problem ain't always been out there, because it have been. I'll take you back to Elvis. You know, we ain't going to act like heroin ain't been out here, because I can take you to Billie Holiday and the rest of it. All I'm saying is, we got a whole bunch of motherfucking shit going on, a whole bunch of shit on our plate. Now, I personally, with me saying and calling them, they are junkies. It is what the fuck it is. I'm fat. My leg is paralyzed. My fat ass wish I could lose the motherfucking weight and the list go on, bitch. You know, I eat out of emotions, this, that, and the third, bitch. I will hold my motherfucking hand up for that. So we gonna call a motherfucking thing a thing. Now that we said that, instead of some of this funding for the bullshit, like wanting to bring in all these motherfucking pro teams and shit and build the Yum Center and put all these new places up, can we get some facilities where we can help these people and help them to get back on their feet? Can we motherfucking do that? Okay. Can we do that? Oh, no, we can't. Your civic duty is to hand out needles and not even try to help them. You know, we're going to go in, and they'll be right back out there. They had, I think it was at least 15 of them that had OD twice within a day. And just, I think it was yesterday or the day before, was it Saturday, a guy was driving, died. One of them OD, but the guy that was driving the truck, he OD too, but the passenger, he died. Driving! Fucking driving! This shit's ridiculous. So like I said, this just, you know what I'm saying? This is a bad situation. You know what I mean? Period. You know, and y'all know I'm just ranting I'm not just ranting. I mean what the fuck I said. You know, I'm talking about what's going on. I'm not saying that to say, well, you know, I'm dismissing my motherfucking self, because I'm not. And now I think I'm going to put this video up before I put the other video up where I was talking about the Atlanta hoes. And y'all forget it's lighting and all of that. I don't know what the fuck happened. But just know that I'm not this yellow. Rest of me not that yellow. But I'm just, you know, it's just shit on my mind. Y'all, just let's open up the conversation. Let's talk about some shit. Let's talk about some shit. Let's talk about some motherfucking shit. I've been gone, so I figured the only motherfucking thing for me to do, sick or not, is to try to come here and give y'all me. I'm going back to but I owe y'all. I'm going back to my Wednesdays and Sundays because I was digging that. But I can't help it that I wasn't, you know, feeling great. But let's talk about some shit. The shows are good or whatever, but y'all, we cannot be blinded by that shit and not see what the fuck's going on. You know, let's talk about some shit. You know, let's talk about how we can, you know, what we can do, what our part is to do. You may not be able to stand out there and protest. And let me say this again. Protesting, it helps. But peaceful. Peaceful. Do not let them use your protests against you. Because that's what they're waiting to do. Peaceful protest. Write, call, do whatever. If you only got 15 minutes to stand with your sign, give it 15 minutes. Tag, you know, you got to get out, the next bitch tag in and do 20. You know, let's figure out, we got to figure out something, y'all, because this is not just for us. This is for our children and the children that come beyond that until the Lord do come back. I believe in humanity. I believe in humanity. Because what I see when I look at the protests is I see just as many white folks as I see black folks. I see just as many Asians, Latino, all of that. Human beings protesting for the betterment of together. You know, but anyway, y'all, that's my motherfucking thoughts. I'm loving this red lip. And it ain't even as, see, that's how I know that this lighting is the fuck out, because this ain't even as bright as it had been. Y'all know it's Avenue. Something the fuck wrong. And I might adjust it, so y'all might be like, much love, I don't see what you're talking about, because it ain't on there. I might have to get in here and figure out how to just the lighting in the video or whatever, because I don't know what the hell's going on. But anywho, y'all, I'm going to put this video up first, and then I'm going to put the one up about the hoes where I started doing this makeup shit at first. I just was kind of wanting to mess in makeup and use my not Madagascar, but use this palette, which is on the new Juvia's palette. It's on the other video. You see me using that. Y'all got a little the fuck am I calling it? For my palettes over here, I got a little stand like thing. So don't think I'm just throwing this shit down. And this is an hour fucking long. And given the fact that we done changed over to this new motherfucking internet shit, my shit is slow as motherfucking Christmas. It's gonna take me forever to get this up. But y'all, leave me y'all thoughts on the Grammy and every motherfucking thing else I said. For those who disagree with what the fuck I said, you know, we can agree to fucking disagree, and we can have the dialogue or whatever, you know, and talk about it. We will respect each other and really talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right? Much love. Oh, y'all. And this is another thing made me mad, because I was feeling some kind of way. Y'all know that Kevin had surgery, which he got out of the scorpion. And I felt some kind of way because I wasn't on here. Like, y'all, we need to pray for him. But God is so good. God covered him. Y'all continue to keep him in y'all prayers. But he's doing so well. You know, he had surgery on his gallbladder or whatever. And I really did feel some kind of way about me not being able to come on and do a video. I don't give a fuck, even if it was 2 minutes, and say, you know, pray for him. But God is so good, because I was praying for him, took him to the Father, honey, and God took care of me, got that gallbladder out. Kevin, I love you to pieces. Y'all continue to pray for him. You know what I'm saying? Because God carried him through. He was a little nervous about it, but I knew God was going to carry him through, honey, and he's doing, you know, pretty good. I'm sure he wants to try to rush and get back out there, but I'm going to need you to take care of yourself. All right? I'm just saying, I'm going to need you to do that. I'm going to need you to do it. But I had to mention that, and I had to say much love to you, Kevin, and all of that. And just know that I'm constantly praying for you. And I already see that God is done his thing, honey. Gonna carry you all the way through. Do you hear me? So y'all continue to pray for him and pray for his speedy recovery and all of that. All right. Much love.